Hi there, it's Sandra with Brew City Thrifts. Today I'm at the Goodwill of Waukesha. It is Friday after work, and this is one of my favorite Friday after work places to go, but unfortunately I only have about an hour to thrift, so it's got to be a power thrift today. Let's get in there, let's hit it. Today I start in the blue section, and I notice these plates, they look vintage, and I turn it over, and this one is from Denmark. Sometimes Scandinavian items do well, so I took a look and a plate below. I recognize that image. That is the famous Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen, and this plate is made by Globe, and it is Danish, so I put it in my cart to think about it. On the shelves that have signs and metal and wooden items, I first noticed this pineapple. It is made out of monkey pod. It is a nice piece. I like the grain on it. For $2.99, it's a piece made in the Philippines. I decided to leave it. I noticed tucked away back in this corner, this napkin holder. It is made by Mariposa. It is recycled metal. I've picked one up just recently that had the napkin weights with them, and I'm going to take this with me as well. On the lower shelf, I notice this item definitely has age, so I want to take it out and look at it a little closer. The metal is an unusual, it's not polished. It may be aluminum. I'm not sure what the metal is, pewter something. And that top medallion is made out of ceramic with like a 17th century figure. I turn it over. It is a music box. The music box mechanism is not working. For $2.99, even though it's got a lot of age and it's interesting, I decide to put it back. I pull out this little frame because I could tell it was super blingy, and blingy frames do very well for me. In this case, I didn't love the color combination, so I put it back. I thought those might be metal, but they were not. And then I saw this. This is a vintage barometer and thermometer set. It's a wall plaque, and I thought it was really nice. It's made by Springfield Instruments, and it is wood with brass accents. It's kind of a classic piece, and I can think of a lot of people who might like it, so it went into my cart. I'm at the Chachki area already, and I am going to give you a panning view of all the items that are on these shelves. Obviously, they are packed full of things, and the first thing that I pick up is this humble little cup. It is made out of metal, and it has some designs on the outside that are Asian in nature, and it is only 99 cents. I think it's a matcha tea or chawan tea cup. Lovely little cup, and I decide I'm going to take that. I thought this squirrel figurine had some nice workmanship, and it seemed to be the same maker as this bunny figurine above it. I thought this shark was interesting. It's made in China. It is ceramic and kind of fun. Little owl there. And then I noticed this ashtray. I immediately thought the shape was mid-century. The colors were really cool. It was a blue and a purple that were kind of those colors blended in a really beautiful way. So I put that in my cart. Back at the shelves, I noticed this lizard. A couple weeks ago, I was looking for lizards, and I would have loved this piece, except, of course, it's super chipped. This is a nice hand-carved apple. And next to it, I noticed this trinket dish. It's obviously got some age, and I like that design on the front. I like the depiction of the plaza. On the back, it shows that it's from Italy, and I thought it was just pretty enough. I wanted to put it in my cart and think about it for a while. Back to the shelves, there's a little pottery piece, a little pottery bowl. And here's a hand-painted floral bowl. It's probably a candy dish. And the design was nice, but not quite my thing, so I moved on. I was super excited to see this item on the shelf. This is Blue Sky Clayworks. It's a very distinctive, fun, whimsical style of pottery making. And this item called Love Nest is so very detailed and interesting. It's a tea light holder. It is one of the designs by Heather Goldminc. I do pick up her items whenever I see them, and this one was super fun. Some of her items can go for as high as, $40, $50. This is a more moderately priced item, but I'm excited to have found it. Now here's a fun piece. This is a Halloween cat going trick-or-treating dressed as a witch or a wizard. The artist is Deborah Graham. There is a little bit of damage on the back. That would probably be something easy to hide. Little nicks here and there, but I decide that it's something that I will pass, even though I do think it's super cute. Made of some sort of paper mache or some sort of plastic, I'm not sure. Here's a vintage figurine and a small trinket box next to it, which I am looking at off camera. I do put that one back, and then I pick up the one behind it. Apologies ahead of time here, my camera works pretty bad. I am looking at a trinket box by Ardleigh Elliott. It is kind of got a classic painting on the top of it. It's heavy and substantial, and it's a really nice piece. I'm going to have to test it before I buy it because it is a music box playing Brahms' Lullaby. Also, next to it, you'll notice I have this little stone in a baggie. The stone is in loving memory of Mother, and I'm taking it to put it on my mother's grave. In this area of boxes, I can sometimes find some real cool treasures. There's a lot of variety here today. Here's a wooden box with a enameled flower on the glass lid. And on the shelf below, I see a box that I am immediately drawn to. I'm going to pull it out and show it to you, and apologies for the fingers there. Now, this is not a high quality item, but I really like its design. It's made out of wood. It's got handles. It's got a latch closure. Looking at the bottom, it says Market Bazaar, which I believe is a Target brand. So this is just, I think, just a nice little decorative piece. It's not uncommon, but serviceable, and I decided I'm going to take that with me. Scanning, 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 and a quick look at these matching vases. They're made out of glass. And then cast iron, a little more my style. This is a fleur-di-lis wall hanging. It is cast iron. It is definitely vintage, and I've got its match right there. So those go in my cart. I do pretty well with cast iron. These are $4.99 each, but I think these are awesome, and I am going to take them with me. Here among the artificial flowers, I noticed this hand-blown glass water bulb. Gardeners out there might be excited to find one of those. Scanning the shelves. I'm mostly looking for vases, but I noticed this box and I pulled it out to look at it because it looked like, the box made it look a little old. And it turns out to be denoming spray. Well, that is a Harry Potter related item, and at the time I didn't realize that. I just thought it was older and cool looking, and so I put it in my cart so that I could look it up. Glad I did. I found a lot to look at in the vases. I saw first this lusterware vase, I'm going to guess Japanese and vintage. Behind it was a ceramic pineapple vase. That was a very plain pottery vase, but sometimes plain pottery vases can be deceptively good pickups. Here is a child's planter. Next to it are some glass items. This one had a interesting two-tone glass to it. This pottery piece had an as-is label on it, and so Goodwill, thank you for cluing people into some damage. That one was a little more contemporary than I thought. I thought this was an interesting yellow color. Just a lot of kind of cool things. Those were actually also more contemporary than they might have been thought to be. A nice set though. And then this jug was vintage, $6.99, but I think it was missing a lid, so I did not pursue that further. On the bottom shelf, I kind of liked the glaze on this combination drip glaze with some interesting, I don't know how they made those shapes on it, but I just thought it was a kind of nice look. Had to think about it for quite a while before I finally moved on. Here among the china sets, I noticed this plate. I thought it might be hand painted. Took a quick look at it. It's kind of a country style plate. And underneath it was this plate. Now this is, in my mind, I'm thinking this must be Nippon. Hand painted. It's got moriage. It is really, as you can see, a very nice quality. Now there is one chip right where my thumb was, but otherwise the plate looked really nice, and on the back it is identified as Nippon. I think this is a beauty. It's unusual, the muted colors, the way the moriage is kind of an antique look to it. I'm sorry, my phone was a little bit out of focus there, but I think it's beautiful, and so I put it in my cart. So it's cart review time, and up first are the pair of cast iron fleur-di-lis wall plaques. That is definitely, I think those are going to sell pretty fast, to be perfectly honest. I picked up a couple baskets for work. As you know, I do that every so often. So there are the baskets. Try and move things around so you can see what's under them. So I put them on the floor briefly. There's another basket that I had picked up. So we've got the wooden box, the decorative wooden box with the tropical theme and the map on it. I love things with maps on them. Then we've got the denoming spray for Harry Potter fans. I think that's super cute. Also, a candle here. Next to the candle is the Heather Goldminc Blue Sky Clayworks Love Nest. Look how detailed that is. That's just so cute. Then we've got the musical trinket box. We've got the matcha tea cup. It's metal and enameled. Here is another candle I picked up for myself. There we've got the thermometer and barometer vintage wall plaque. There we've got the stone in memory of my mother. Here we have the Richard Ginori Campano vintage trinket dish, a better find than I would have suspected. We've got the multicolor ashtray. We've got the Mariposa 100% recycled napkin holder. And finally, this lovely, lovely Nippon moriage hand-painted plate. It's just gorgeous. I love it. And I am thrilled with my haul from Goodwill today.
Oh, I only wish we had more time. I had so much fun. I got some cool items. I thought that Nippon plate at the end was very unusual and beautiful. Just a lot of variety in the items I got today, and the blue sky, that barometer and thermometer, that vintage piece. Everything was interesting to me, so I had a great time. I just ran out of time. So, hope you had fun. Like my channel, comment, subscribe, and come back again. Thrift on. We will do this again.